Music orientated, so when hip-hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzles, complicated. Music orientated, so when hip-hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzles, complicated.
As far as this channel, a lot of this stuff with Grandmaster Flash go back to Fat Mike, Michael Wayne. Years ago, when we first started this channel, Michael Wayne, he said that Flash mentioned Mario in some award show, and one time Fat Mike said he was at Katona Park and he shook Flash's hand and said thank you for mentioning Mario on some award show.
I came over to see Mario, all of them see Mario play, and they all started after Mario. Point blank, bottom line. So whatever they saying to other people is bullshit.
Right.
The same thing with Flash. Hey, what's up? Same thing with Flash.
Right.
Flash started playing over at the Black Door. Because when I ran into Flash over in Katona Park one day where Bambaataa had some kind of stuff over in Katona Park, I ran over to Flash and I shook his hand for mentioning Mario's name in the Hip-Hop Awards. He shook my hand.
I always wanted to tell Mike, don't get too happy about that because, so far we haven't been able to find that footage where, Grandmaster Flash is, thanking Mario or paying respect to Mario. We haven't found that footage. So I always wanted to tell Fat Mike, don't get too happy about that because, I never really see Grandmaster Flash even mention Mario.
Flash, like Grandmaster Flash still played today, still be talked about in interviews. I never heard him mention Mario.
So, fast forward, 2024, I was talking to a close lady friend about, hip-hop and, the pioneers and everything like that, showing, Grandmaster Flash on a podcast. And it's funny because she was like, look, he's mentioning Sasa and Trixie, and that they're black and all that. She was like, it seems like he took that straight from your channel.
What's up, hip-hop world? It's A1 B.Boy Sasa, the first original B-Boy, the first person coined B-Boy by Kool Herc and Cochla Rock.
Okay, Sasa, now that sounds Spanish. Are you Spanish at all?
Nah, I just figured, man, I liked it, the name.
But you saying you started it.
I started, and I'm not Puerto Rican.
You're not Puerto Rican?
I'm not Puerto Rican.
Wow.
I am black and proud.
Like the original Breakers were, they were black. And here's some of the names. Sasa, Trixie.
She was like, it seems like he took that from your channel, the information that you've been putting out to the world as far as, the original B-Boys and everything like that. I didn't feel no way about it. I'm happy. I'm thankful that, Trixie and Sasa's getting some kind of acknowledgement, worldwide acknowledgement and everything like that. So, that was a good thing. But I told her, I said, look, 3 hours, 2 hours of talking, 3 hours of talking. He didn't even mention Mario, not even once.
Like Grandmaster Flash still played today, still be talked about in interviews. I never heard him mention Mario.
But, he did mention that, now it seems like he's saying that it's 4 pioneers, instead of 3.
You said one of the 4. Who's the other 3?
Kool Herc,
Bambaataa,
Breakout, Flash. The 4 of us.
So it seems like, they stepping away from that 3 Trinity pioneers stuff. And it seems like, now they stepping into, it seems like they're going in a better direction with the 4 pioneers. Now he's mentioning Breakout as one of the founding fathers or pioneers of hip hop. So, fast forward a few weeks later, I was getting back-to-back calls from my lady friend. So I called her back. She was like, remember the podcast you was showing me with the guy, the hip-hop guy? I can't think of his name, but you was showing me about the hip-hop guy. You was telling me about the hip-hop guy on the podcast, remember? And I was like, who, Grandmaster Flash? And she was like, yeah, okay, that's his name, Grandmaster Flash. And then she was like, yeah, he's right here with me at the car wash. So she was at a portable, for those who don't know, New York City now, we got these portable car wash outdoor. I call them portable car washes in New York City. So she was like, he's here, sitting here at the car wash with me. Grandmaster Flash was there alone. He didn't have any children with him. He didn't have any family with him. He didn't have any friends with him. He was there alone, just doing his thing, getting his car washed. So one of the first things that went through my mind was like, okay, I remember Flash on a podcast saying that he was ready to start teaching, going on his little tour, teaching the world about, his contributions and how hip-hop started. So my first instinct was like, okay, yo, tell him I want a video discussion with him.
You should know where this come from, who, what, where, and why. And this is the reason why I'm going to be going to all the SUNY colleges. I'm going to the YMCA, to all the babies, all the corporates. I'm doing this Birth of a Culture corporate tour. I'm going to go around and speak as much as I possibly can because I have to.
Shout out to Grandmaster Flash, probably one of the greatest hip-hop pioneers that we've seen. And when I say great, I'm talking about the impact Grandmaster Flash has had on hip-hop, the culture, the music, you know what I'm saying? The impact Grandmaster Flash has had was substantial.
Grandmaster Flash was the biggest thing. Like, you don't understand. When Flash came out cutting and scratching, that changed music.
You know what I'm saying? Grandmaster Flash, from my understanding, he was one who totally transformed hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? As far as the original state that hip-hop was in, as far as pure hip-hop, the original hip-hop was about the dancing. Not only is dancing healthy for you, the human body, is it healthy, but dancing can be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Dancing is powerful. So Grandmaster Flash totally transformed hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Which is a great thing, but on some aspects, is a not so great thing.
We was break dancing. Listen. We was doing shit like this, carrying our legs, coming back off the floor. I'm talking about, but with the beat, not off the beat.
We were doing each step to the beat.
Okay, let me ask you, was y'all dancing to the beat? Absolutely. To the beat? Absolutely.
To the beat.
Okay.
To the beat.
It wasn't off beat?
No way.
If you what?
You dance on beat, you get thrown. You get touch us.
They
throw you
okay,
out. Everybody came to see the people break.
Right.
That was hip-hop in the very beginning.
Dancing.
It was no rapping. Hip-hop now is associated with rap. It was no rapping back then when it first started. There was no rap. It was just people dancing. It was
Would you say burning is a part of hip-hop?
Of course it is.
It is.
That's the genesis of something.
Burning is...
Grandmaster Flash, he changed the way people looked at music, the way you played music, the way music sounded. That whole idea of rubbing the vinyl back and forth, that's a new sound.
Then people started paying more attention to the DJ, the scratching, and all that type of stuff. Watching the DJ scratch instead of watching the breakdancers break.
So now instead of people coming to the party to dance and shit like that, everybody gonna stand around, watch the DJ do all kinds of,
And then the breakdancer couldn't hardly break because he would be stopping the beat with the scratches. So he couldn't continue his flow because now he's scratching and throwing other beats, so it's throwing them off with the move. So now you have a bunch of people looking at the DJ scratching.
Or the rappers, now they got MC crews, and now they got these little shows, you know, they want to do these little skits and all this other stuff. And that's when I kind of lost, you know what I mean? Because it was always about the dancing and the music for me.
Grandmaster Flash came and manipulated the energy of sound because jigga 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 is supposed to be not music. He made jigga 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 and all that. That became music. Like you would go, zin, dun, 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 dun. He went, chick, 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 chick.
And even Theodore to this day is not getting the recognition because so many people say it's Flash. So many people say that it's this. So many.
You know, Flash, now that's see, you know what I noticed, FaZe? They keep us in this vague history. As long as they keep history vague, Flash, I need to find out. I would love, and let me put this out there, I would love to talk to Flash on video and get his years of when he started, when he did the quick mix, because I understand it was 3-year period that he was doing this experimentation and came up with the quick mix. But what years was those?
Okay.
What was his first party?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there.
Okay.
When Flash came into this thing, it was the maybe second generation.
That's another thing. What is considered a generation? Because I'm hearing the first generation is the whole 70s, and the 80s is the second generation.
No,
exactly. When is the first generation? That's something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, Flash was a B.Boy.
Right.
Flash was a B.Boy. You know what Flash's name was?
You told me that.
Rubber Band Man.
Rubber Band Man.
Matter of fact, Flash played on this in Mel Gwen's before he became big time.
You know, we used to dance with them cats. We talking about back in '75.
Oh yeah, around what years is this?
Like I said, it's about 74, 75, 76.
So you was down there and Flash was down there?
Yeah, Flash came around with Starsky.
Okay.
Starsky asked me, you can Flash, play on the system because I didn't know Flash at that time. I think that's the first time I met him.
Okay.
So Flash came down and, I said, all right, go ahead, let me play on the system. they started putting quarters on top of my turntable arms, and he started playing. But my needles was delicate, so they would move over. So I saw that, you know, he was mixing and the crowd was not reacting to it right. So I got back on the turntables.
Let's go back. Let's go.
Of course, yeah.
Let's go back to the point. The point is Grandmaster Flash, to me, has a very vague history, and I would like, with all due respect to him, you know what I'm saying? Salute Grandmaster Flash. I understand he was a B-Boy first, and see, that's the thing I don't understand. He was a B-Boy, but Cool DJ D said he was on his equipment sometime, I think 75 or so. So was he doing both at the same time? Was he a DJ and a B-Boy at the same time? And everything like that.
And that's what
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. See, oh God, and I'm not just going to Flash with this. I'm going with everybody as a whole.
So in this video here with DJ FaZe, I let it be known, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to speak and have a video discussion with Grandmaster Flash about, you know, the history of hip-hop and his history in hip-hop. And also going back a few months to, you know, the video about Hip-Hop 50. In that video also, I spoke about, you know, that I would like to have a video discussion with Grandmaster Flash. And unexpectedly, just a random occurrence, I finally got the opportunity to speak to Grandmaster Flash. And for me, it was a confirmation from God because, you know, I've spoken out in the universe. And even though I wanted it to be on video to document it, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know, the importance of these pioneers documenting the history.
The architects of the culture itself, okay, and other architects are walking around. If we don't corner them and say, yo, how did it happen? Ask the right questions, get the right answers, then hip hop is 300 years from now are not gonna, if we don't do this work now.
I wanted it to be on video, but unfortunately, you know, when I spoke to him, it was just over the phone, a brief conversation. It's not on tape, it's not on video. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, there's no video of it. You know what I'm saying? It's only me, Flash, and my close lady friend who was there, who witnessed it all. My lady friend asked Grandmaster Flash if it was okay to take a picture. He said yes, so that's the picture that you see here. You know, basically, you know, this whole experience with doing these videos for Bronx Steel, the Black Space, Mario, and the pioneers who haven't been recognized, you know, it's been an experience. You know, it's like what the politicians tried to do to us back in 2010, you know what I'm saying, taking the name of Bronxdale. You know, our struggle as Bronxdale and Mario is like the epitome of what hip-hop is. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the oppressed, you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop known to come from the streets, from the oppressed. It's like our whole journey is like the epitome of hip-hop. So, you know, I had the unexpected, random opportunity to speak to Grandmaster Flash. You know, it just happened. And I take it like it's a confirmation of God, you know, really, because, you know, I spoke it out in the universe, and then a few months later, it happened. And then the way it happened was so random, I credit it to God.
What God are you talking about?
And when I say God, I'm talking about the God of ancient Israel. You know what I'm saying? The God of the Torah, the God of the Bible. I give thanks to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's the God that, you know, I give praise to and thanks to.
There's a tally of all the gods ever worshipped by humans in the history of civilization. And it just goes screen after screen after screen after screen.
There are many gods.
Right.
So people believe in statues as their God.
Right.
Do you believe it? In some cultures, like in they got over 1 million gods. You hear me? That's crazy, man.
So when you say, do you believe in God? Is it which God? Is it Zeus? Is it Poseidon? Is it the Jewish God? Is it the Christian God?
What God are you talking about?
Right.
There are many gods.
There may be as many gods as there are stars in the sky. You know, each one of those stars could represent a god, you know what I'm saying? But our star, our sun, our Father in heaven, so to say. My understanding of spirituality is to understand it through nature, the symbolics of nature. When the sun comes, all of those other stars disappears. I understand that symbolically, like when our Father in heaven appears, all those other gods disappear. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, that's the whole thing of saying that God is jealous and everything, because when you see our sun, it's like it blocks off everything else, you know, like only see me. You know, all these other stars is like all these other gods, you know, but I try to stay focused on our sun, our star, our God. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, that's the God of ancient Israel. And the God of ancient Israel, through the Torah, the Bible, left guidance for us. You know what I'm saying? That's the God, and that's the understanding I deal with.
I tell people all the time, if you try to say that Israel did not exist, you are going to be embarrassed, because it certainly existed. Without question, Judah existed. And so with respect to Israel existed, Israel absolutely existed and had a beautiful culture. And now Israel's original culture was very African. Very African.
Yes. I'm talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of Moses. God is one. He's the true living God. He's the king. He's the king. He's my boss.
But, you know, one of the differences, like, say, between me and my brother, Cool Clyde, is that I accept what the Muslims say. They say that they also worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, the Muslims say they also worship the same God. So I accept the Muslims for what they say.
So this next question is, are Yahweh of the Bible and Allah in the Quran the same God? Which you
I basically answered, but I want to elaborate on that. I don't know how much time we have, but the Quran is very clear that Muslims should say to our Christian and Jewish friends, Ilahuna wa ilahukum wahid. Our God and your God is one. And the Quran, for example, in Surah 2, verse 163 says, wa ilahukum ilahun wahid, la ilaha illa huwa ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And your God is one God. There is no God but Him, the Beneficent, the Merciful One. So throughout the Quran is saying there's only one God, and identifies that as the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. So this is the God that the Quran is inviting us always and impelling us to worship. It is the God of the Bible.
Are you still Catholic? No? Are you religious at all? No?
Spiritual. I became Muslim for 20 some odd years.
Really?
Now I'm just spiritual.
You was a Muslim for 20 years? What, Sunni or? Wow. Are you still?
I still believe in the five principles of Islam. I just don't practice it like that. I just practice every day, believe in God. I practice charity every day. I practice prayer every day.
You believe in Allah? You believe in Allah?
Of course. Of course.
Oh, wow. Salute.
Yeah, never give that up.
I didn't know that.
Never give that up. I just don't practice like that. I think religious tends to make people go this way or that way. You know, if you read Quran, it'll tell you that in 11 different times, there's no difference between this prophet and that prophet. It'll tell you everybody can still find paradise. You read Quran. So when people start saying, "Oh, you this, you that," you separate. Islam supposed to make people come like this, not go like this.
Right. And for the record, Islam, Muslims, y'all do recognize Jesus as a great prophet.
Of course.
Right.
It's the story of Miriam. It's this whole story about the birth of Jesus.
It's in the Quran. Right.
Yeah. And when the Prophet Muhammad told that, I'm sorry, not Abu Bakr told that story to the king from, I think it's from Ethiopia, he cried and said, the difference between us and you is the difference between this. He took his scepter and did a line. The difference between Islam and Christianity was just like this.
Okay, so hopefully one day me and you can really get into that, because that's so good. We got to talk about Allah.
I could talk about that all day.
Right, me too. Me too. So, okay, so you went to school, Catholic school in the Bronx. So, okay, but you called yourself black at that time, a black man. You was a black. You was black.
You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, the Muslims say they also worship the same God. So I accept the Muslims for what they say. From my understanding, they just part of a different covenant agreement with God. From my understanding, the God of the Bible, he made a covenant with the nation of Israel, the ancient Israelites. He made a covenant agreement with them. And then later on, he made a covenant agreement with the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Ishmaelites. And from my understanding, that's the whole thing of religion. Like two different covenant agreements with groups of people turned into different sects and denominations and, you know, three different religions. And basically, the only difference, from my understanding, the way I see it, the only difference is how they worship, how they choose to worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you got Christians who say they worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob a certain way. You got the Jews and the Israelites who say they worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob a certain way. And then you got the Muslims who say they worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in a certain kind of way. But it basically, you know, is all the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's the Abrahamic religions.
The true children of Israel, if we're speaking of the Jewish community, if we're speaking of the Abrahamic faiths that Islam comes from, that Judaism comes from, that Christianity comes from, all comes from Abraham.
You know what I'm saying? So salute to all my brothers and sisters who worship God. You know what I'm saying? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. However you choose to do it. You know what I'm saying? The God who left guidance for us, humanity, how to build a civilization, how to build, you know, your family, your community. Basically, that's what the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran is about. How to build your family, how to build your community, and how to build a strong nation. And also, I salute the Nation of Islam and the organizations that came out of the Nation of Islam. You know, and even though I may not agree with everything that comes out of the Nation of Islam or the Nation of Gods and Earths, I salute them with respect. If anything, you know what I'm saying, those two organizations, they taught us confidence in being brown-skinned. You know what I'm saying? The Nation of Islam and the Nation of Gods and Earths taught us to be confident in being brown-skinned, and that's valuable. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
Bring that back one more time.
Bring that beat back,
Bring
man.
that beat back. Bring the beat back.
Y'all want to hear that beat, right? Bring that beat back.
Bring that shit back.
1, 2, 3, 4, hit it.
This channel represents an objective viewpoint towards hip-hop history. We're just not gonna believe the myths of hip-hop history. Things that's logical, make sense, as opposed to things that's just lies, half-truths, and myths. Basically, like I say, I thank God for the unexpected opportunity to speak to Grandmaster Flash. Unfortunately, there's no video or audio of me and Grandmaster Flash talking. It was just a random occurrence that I was, showing my close lady friend the podcast that he was on. Then a couple of weeks later, she just happened to see him at a car wash, and he was sitting down. Like I say, when she told me about it, my first instinct was to tell him, that I wanted a video discussion with him. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he don't know me. He don't know me from anywhere. He don't know me at all. But, I asked for a video discussion. And I say video discussion as opposed to an interview. And I just want the people to know, I don't really call these videos interviews, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't look at it as an interview. I just look at it as a conversation. I told her to tell him that I want a video discussion with him. Of course, he didn't know who I was at all. He didn't know, I guess to him, it was just random people who recognize him. You know what I'm saying? So when I asked for a video discussion with him, next thing I know, she just put me on speaker and held me up to his ear. She held the phone up to Grandmaster Flash's ear. So that's how we spoke. Me on the phone on speaker and my close lady friend holding the phone up to his ear. My close friend was right next to Grandmaster Flash, so she heard everything that went on. My close lady friend introduced me. I introduced myself, and I let him know. I told him we've done videos about him and really about KRS-One with certain history that was not true. False history surrounding Grandmaster Flash.
I've heard KRS's thing.
Right.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I mean, you don't know what he's talking about.
KRS is saying stuff about how, he even said something about how Flash created the crossfade.
Right.
Not
true. You said Flash.
Yeah.
And the thing went right through my mind. KRS once said he invented the crossfader.
No. Bullshit.
That's not true neither.
No.
Not true.
D had a crossfader, GLI crossfade back in the day.
This is the mixer that was the first crossfade mixer in the Bronx. First one is GLI Disco 3800.
Do you know if that was like the first major jam in Bronx River?
Yeah, everybody was like, why am I doing this for? It's like, it seemed like you needed a reason to come outside back in there. We had already did it in Bronxdale though. So Bronxdale already, they knew what it was, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We brought it to Bronx River.
So he said that Grandmaster Flash invented the crossfader.
No, that's not possible. Matter of fact, Flash played on this in Mel Gwen's before he became big time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So, he didn't invent this. No.
I let him know we did videos in the past about it. So when I asked him, have you ever heard of our channel? He said no. So when I asked him, have you ever heard of Michael Wayne TV? He said no. So, I asked him about his history and the quick mix, because that's one of the questions I had.
And that's when I had to figure out, how can I take this part that's like 5-10 seconds and elongate it 10 minutes seamlessly so the people on the dance floor wouldn't have a clue of what I was even doing.
So I wanted to ask him about that, and I finally got to ask him about it. I asked Grandmaster Flash for a year. What year did you start this quick mix theory? Because from my understanding, it took 3 years to perfect it or to come up with it. So I asked him what year did he come up with? What year did he start? And he didn't give me a year. It was interesting because he didn't give me a year. He basically just said, well, I'm 67 now, and I started the quick mix theory when I was 15. So it's like he left it for me to do the math and try to figure it out. So he said he was 15 15, and he finished it at 18. So if you do the math, if he's 67 now, and he started at 15, for my math, then that was 1972. So he's saying that he started the Quick Mix in 1972, and he completed it in 1975. And that's a very interesting thing in itself, because if that's true, then that's saying that Grandmaster Flash, he was only 15 years old when he started the Quick Mix. Kool Herc wasn't even a DJ at that time. That's interesting in itself. And that's another question that needs to be answered. When exactly did the merry-go-round start?
One night, I'm waiting for the record to play out. I said, I wonder if I put that to myself. I said, if they're waiting for this particular break and I have a couple more records that's got the same breakup in it, I wonder how would it be if I put them all together. And I told them, I said, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to call it the merry-go-round.
When exactly did the merry-go-round start? Of course, they say the first Kool Herc's first party was 1973 of August. Now, when did he start the merry-go-round? See, the interesting thing is when you listen to Trixie, Trixie says the party that he started breakdancing at was in the winter time. So that was in August.
And we was like, man, we ain't going down there now. It's too cold to go down there, da-da-da-da-da.
Now, is this his first party?
This his first party
Yeah, in August.
No, this is in the wintertime. No, this is in the wintertime. No, this is in the wintertime.
Wintertime, okay.
The August thing is for like a
back to school.
Something like that, you know.
Is when you listen to Trixie, Trixie says the party that he started breakdancing at was in the winter time. So that was in August. So Kool Herc's beginning as a DJ may have been in August, but when did he start the merry-go-round? So was it the winter of 73 going into 74, or was it the winter of 74 going into 75? Trixie says it was cold and it was the winter time when he did what he did, started breakdancing on the floor, started burning on the floor, and it became breakdancing. Did the merry-go-round start after Grandmaster Flash Quick Mix? You know what I'm saying? And Grandmaster Flash saying that he started the Quick Mix at 15 years old, that means that his inspiration wasn't even hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? His inspiration for doing the Quick Mix may have been just the disco DJs, the discotheque DJs. That would be interesting, because I think many people thought that Grandmaster Flash Quick Mix was based on Kool Herc's merry-go-round. But if Grandmaster Flash saying he started it in 1972 when he was 15, then that would mean that Kool Herc wasn't his inspiration, because in 1972, Kool Herc wasn't even a DJ at that time.
Matter of fact, Flash played on this in Mel Gwen's before he became big time.
Mel Gwen's, would you call that like was that a discotheque?
Yes, it was a disco. It was a black urban club.
Black urban club, yeah.
So, you know, keeping it moving, because I realized it was, you know, on his personal time. He was there, you know, getting his car washed. He didn't have family with him. He was by himself. He didn't have no children with him or nothing. He was just there getting a car washed. And I asked him about Mario. I said, is Mario one of the founding fathers of hip-hop? And Grandmaster Flash, he said something interesting. He was like, what do you think? From my recollection, what he said something like, come on, brother, what you think? And I was like, yeah, I think Mario was a founding father of hip-hop. Maybe Grandmaster Flash didn't fully understand my question, or maybe I didn't fully understand Grandmaster Flash's answer. It sounded like he said Mario was not a founding father of hip-hop. Mario was a disco DJ.
I'm trying to figure out where Flash gets the idea that Mario was a disco DJ.
They say those things, but Flash was playing disco music too at the time. Before he got up, he was playing disco music too.
Yeah.
Herc was playing disco music. Everybody was playing what was popular.
Maybe Grandmaster Flash didn't fully understand my question, or maybe I didn't fully understand Grandmaster Flash's answer. It sounded like he said Mario was not a founding father of hip-hop. Mario was a disco DJ. So, you know, I'm hoping that I misunderstood Grandmaster Flash, because it'd be kind of strange for Grandmaster Flash to try to say Mario was a disco DJ when Grandmaster Flash battled Mario and Mario's crew, Ronnie Ron, on the turntables. And it seems like Mario and his crew came out on top. It seems like they kind of got the best of the battle with Grandmaster Flash.
Fuck the Get Down, that shit was phony. And they didn't include Mario in it, and Flash was in it. I was very upset with him for doing that shit. Hey man, come on man. You used to come over to the Skate King. You know, all of y'all came up in there, man, and showed a little respect.
Yeah.
I remember when Ronnie Ron beat him in the contest. Yeah, that's on record.
Ronnie Ron beat with who?
Flash.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ronnie Ron battled him? Yeah.
Battled, choking his ass up. Ask Fast Mike, but
Get
I
out
like
of
that.
here, yeah.
Yes, he did.
Now, I heard that JoJo told me that you had a battle with Flash. Is that true?
123 and in Monroe High School.
So in the year of 1978, another brother of mine by the name of Disco King Mario,
He had to have a battle with Grandmaster Flash at Monroe High School.
123 and in Monroe High School.
Oh, more than once?
More than once, that's right.
You or Mario?
Me and Mario.
You and Mario?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole crew?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mario used to play the set too. His brother used to play it too, WC.
WC, right.
That's the one who went to his house.
Right.
He used to play it too.
So you battle Flash. Was there a winner? Did they say who won?
Nobody really won nothing.
Y'all both just going for y'all.
Damn people, yeah. Going for the people there. That's all, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that was about. But it was a good feeling though.
Good feeling.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm hoping that I misunderstood Grandmaster Flash, because it'd be kind of strange for Grandmaster Flash to try to say Mario was a disco DJ when Grandmaster Flash battled Mario and Mario's crew, Ronnie Ron, on the turntables. Me trying to see both sides of the situation. This may be a situation where, Grandmaster Flash first experience with Mario may have been in the disco era. If they had this battle, multiple battles, in 1978, that was the height of the disco era. If 1978 or somewhere around that time, if that was Grandmaster Flash's first experience, first time coming into contact with Mario at that time, like I said in the previous video, Mario at that time, yes, he probably was putting on more R&B and disco for the ladies, for the young ladies, the female crews that was coming through to those jams.
I hate to say it, I had no business looking, but he had no drawers on. And he was just shaking. And them girls was going crazy over him.
Like I said in the previous video, at that time in 1978, breakdancing got played out for a lot of people. So maybe Mario, Mario went through a phase. From my understanding, Mario went through a phase where he was putting on disco and rhythm and blues for the girls. For the female crews that was coming through. Maybe this is a situation where Grandmaster Flash's first impression of Mario may have been during the disco era. So maybe that's the situation. I don't know. I didn't get to ask Grandmaster Flash. Hopefully in the future, I can sit down and have a real discussion with Grandmaster Flash and find out the particulars of the situation of why he would try to call Mario a disco DJ.
And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
From my understanding, Mario was trying to cater to them, cater to the girls, the female crews that was coming through. Now, mind you, this is the setting. The setting is the projects, NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority. Mario's putting on music and jams for the fly girls in the hood. So that should be understood. Mario was not inside of discotheques.
Mario would bring his music out in a dime. He'll bring it out. Sydney, it's nice out. Let's bring the music out. We're bringing out Bronxdale. We're bringing out Soundview. We're bringing out Monroe. We're bringing out here.
Mario was in the hood, in the projects, in the parks, in the schools.
So Mario playing little cinder parties. He started all of that.
My name is Wade Lewis, a.k.a. Shaheem, from the Shaka Zulus that I founded back in the early 70s. I know I jumped because my mind raced, but I wanted to go directly to when I first met Mario.
That's when you met Mario?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was Mario until.
Okay.
Mind you, that's in 1973, and that's in June.
June 73, you saw Mario.
That's right, with his big speakers inside our lunchroom, doing a dance called The Snake.
The interesting thing about Mario, is that a lot of people got different experiences with Mario. So you take somebody like Green Eyed Genie. Green Eyed Genie experience with Mario as a young child was strictly about martial arts. Like Green Eyed Genie as a child, Green Eyed Genie doesn't have experiences with Mario as a DJ or into music at all.
By 1972, Mario used to always come get me and let's go down in Pathmark Basement, which is a supermarket.
For some people like Green Eyed Genie, his experiences with Mario just got to do with martial arts. Compare that with young Blackjack said he won a contest, a dance contest with Mario.
I won a contest with Mario in a carriage room. I was 11 years old.
Compare that with DJ FaZe. When DJ FaZe was a child, his experience with Mario had to do with music. DJ FaZe was a youngster into playing drums. From my understanding, he would go back and forth. He would go back and forth with himself on the drums and Mario on the DJ equipment.
Okay. Now, what was happening was I was playing the drums, right? And we had one turntable. So when we started doing it with the drums and the turntable, we could just keep that beat going. So it boom, that, that.
Compare that with Charlie Rock, who said,
Mario came to play up in Corp City, and he's playing, hip-hop music, playing the Mexican. Right. I'm there, so I'm loving it because he's playing hip-hop. We breakdancing.
Then you take like Cool DJ D. Cool DJ D experience with Mario was Mario as an MC and a manager.
I never seen Mario DJ.
Wow.
When Mario first got with me, he was my manager. He got me a couple of gigs.
Right.
Then he started, talking on the mic.
Right.
And stuff like that. Then he, elevated himself to the Disco King.
Right. I wanted people to know that Mario was more than just a DJ. He was more, even like Charlie Rock said, he was an impresario.
Mario, I like to consider Mario, he was the first hip-hop impresario.
Meaning of impresario.
Impresario.
Impresario is a noun that refers to a person who organizes and often finances concerts, plays or operas, or it means entrepreneur or manager. An impresario is responsible for almost all aspects of producing a show, including hiring performers, securing venues, promoting the event, and managing finances.
Mario ain't even on the turntable. Somebody else on the damn turntable.
Right.
Mario is at the door, strapped up and all that. He looking at you like, what's up? Would you want to get in? You got to pay. Mario, why would... Listen, if this is his party, what is he doing at the door? Because he liked it, that smoke.
And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
And then you got other people who came through during the disco era, and they think that they know Mario based on their experiences during the disco era. You know what I'm saying? So you got different accounts and different experiences with Mario, and, we can't act like our experience was the only experience. We can't act like our experience with Mario is all that Mario was.
You don't know about Mario because you don't know Mario.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got, like I say, then you got Fat Mike, who saw Mario from the beginning of his coming to Bronxdale and putting it on around Bronxdale. If Mario's rocking soul music in the hood, that's not a disco DJ.
But a lot of people, they're going to say Mario, they're disco DJs. They play disco music.
At the time, that's always our disco music.
But really, if you say he was...
Put it this way. This is way before disco music.
That's what I'm saying.
Way
1970s before disco came in.
Listen, when we were playing the cool music,
right?
Like James Brown, Get on the Good Foot,
right? Yeah. Soul, right?
Soul, we playing soul, playing soul music and all that. Playing like the Stylistic,
right?
The Delphonics.
It's the type of music and who you were playing for.
If Mario's rocking soul music in the hood, that's not a disco DJ. If he's rocking Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with Teddy Pendergrass, and they rocking Bad Luck, and they got Young Blackjack, and they got Big Blackjack out there.
Remember like when Bad Luck and all that, Bad Luck from Teddy Pendergrass and all that? So my brother used to be doing this and all that, and then they started off with this. That's how my brother first started off with this. They started going like this and all that, and then they be like,
They got Young Blackjack and Big Blackjack out in the projects dancing to Bad Luck. That's not a disco DJ. If Mario got the gangsters and the fly girls in the hood dancing to soul music, Philadelphia soul music, that's not a disco DJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of just getting the history straight. And when you listen to Grandmaster Flash, how he describes the disco and disco DJs, the disco movement, listen to the way he describes that.
Because the monster at that time was disco. And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't describe what Mario was doing. We don't know Mario for playing the discotheques. So the way I see it is incorrect. Try to attach Mario to that whole disco movement of wearing hard bottoms and all that type of thing. Mario was in the projects. He was in the streets. He was in the parks.
It was Mario and them was in the parks.
Yeah, they stayed in the park. I agree.
Heavy.
And at that time, he was in some of the most dangerous projects. Mario was on Cozy Corner.
Was Mario ever throwing jams in Soundview at all? Do you remember that?
Yeah. He used to throw parties in front of my building in a little park. Mario should come from here, bring his system over there. See, Mario was the illest. He didn't care.
Right.
He could bring his system to Soundview.
Right.
Soundview was the murder capital of the Bronx. The killing fields, you see all them fields?
Yeah.
Used to be full of bodies.
And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
The culture of what Mario was doing was not in discotheques. The culture of what Mario was doing was in the hood, in the community, in the projects, in the parks, in some of the most dangerous areas of the Bronx at that time.
I was saying that it started here in Bronxville. We was the Mecca, like my man DJ Faye said.
Right.
Everybody came through here. You know, this is the headquarters of the Spades and the headquarters of hip hop. That's how we did it. We took it from here, then we took it to Soundview, we took it to Monroe, we took it to Bronx River.
Mario was in some of the most dangerous areas putting on music, and he was actually the first to do it in the Bronx. Him bringing out Cool DJ D. I call Cool D a universal DJ. Where Cool DJ D played in the hood, he played in the streets, you know what I'm saying? He played for the young street gangsters, the teenage gangsters.
And when they played B.Boy music, they did that for us. Right?
Okay.
But they were really disco DJs.
But they were Spades, though.
Oh no, they're Spades, no question.
They're Spades. Right.
No,
so they was there. They was there.
They're there in the beginnings
for the culture.
Yeah. They're there in the beginnings.
Right.
They're there in the beginnings.
Cool DJ D played in the discotheques. Cool DJ D played in a lot of different atmospheres. Cool DJ D played in a lot of different environments. When Cool DJ D made that transition, I asked Cool DJ D, did Mario go with him? Did Mario also make the transition to the discotheques, to the downtown discotheques? And Cool DJ D said no. So Mario was not at these discotheques downtown.
And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
Cool D verified that Mario wasn't at discotheques. We don't know Mario from playing in discotheques. Everybody I've asked over the years, so far, nobody knows Mario from playing in discotheques.
So, Mel Gwynns, would you call that like was that a discotheque?
Yes, it was a disco. It was a black urban club.
Black urban club. Yeah. So when I spoke to Grandmaster Flash, he tried to call Mario a disco DJ. Was Mario with you at these discotheques or these black urban clubs?
No, he wasn't.
Mario wasn't with you?
No.
So you never saw Mario in the discotheque?
Not with me. Me and Mario went to the Tunnel together. That's about it.
The Tunnel?
Yeah, that was in the Bronx.
But he never played with people who had hard bottoms and slacks and shirts?
No,
Mario?
No.
When you saw Mario, it was in the parks, projects?
Right, we was outside. Mainly outside at 123.
About 23 on a Friday night, the boys will come running.
We never knew Mario to be playing music in discotheques. If Grandmaster Flash knows about Mario in discotheques, then we ask that Grandmaster Flash show us, because we don't know. And discotheques should be easy to prove, because usually if a DJ is playing at discotheques, usually it's flyers. Usually it's flyers and something that, let you know that the DJ is playing there at a discotheque.
And with disco, you had to have all the hard bottoms, suit jacket, no jeans, no hoodie.
From my knowledge, from everyone I spoke with, nobody knows Mario to be playing in discotheques. Everybody knows Mario for playing outside, mainly in the parks and the junior high school 123. Many of us feel like he started that trend of playing in the schools, the carriage rooms, the community centers.
Having the Chuck City crew and the Black Spades have his back gave Mario the ultimate hood pass.
So Mario playing little cinder parties. He started all of that.
Many of us feel like he started that trend of playing in the schools, the carriage rooms or community centers, or even the skating palace, skating rinks. Mario's putting on music there. We don't know Mario to play at discotheques. So if Grandmaster Flash got information or knowledge of Mario playing at discotheques, then we ask that he lets it be public, teach public. And also we ask KRS-One, Temple of Hip Hop, to give their official position on Mario. Is Mario considered one of the founding fathers of hip hop?
Peace and welcome to the Temple of Hip Hop. I am KRS-One. The Temple of Hip Hop is a hip hop preservation ministry, archive, school, and society established in 1996 to ensure the further development of hip hop as a global culture of peace and prosperity. Now, that's our preamble. Our hip hop preservation work begins, I should say, at the birthplace of hip hop itself, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx.
You know, we asked KRS-One, what is Mario's position in the temple of hip-hop? You know what I'm saying? This is the temple. This is supposed to be the sacred place or the holy place of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? At least that's my understanding of it. So we asked KRS-One, is Mario considered one of the founding fathers of hip-hop? And for me, personally, you know, I'm not in favor of that word father, founding father of anything. If you want to say there's multiple fathers or there's only one father, multiple fathers or one father, I'm not in favor of that word or that title of father. For me, the way I see it, when all of this stuff about hip-hop history first began, there was no founding fathers of hip-hop. There was only pioneers.
For all the pioneers, for all the pioneers, for all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
You know what I'm saying? Like Just Ice song, for all the pioneers. You know, I don't know when this term of founding father or founding fathers, you know, whether it's one or multiple, I don't know when this all came into play.
It's one of the founding fathers of hip-hop, Kool Herc, y'all.
No, not one of the founding fathers.
Well,
The founding father.
I'm the founding father. I'm the inventor. Nobody else stand on that platform with me.
Back then, I saw a flyer that said, I don't know if it was a real flyer, but it said, Kool Herc, the Godfather, right? Did y'all call him the father back then?
No.
You didn't call him the father back then?
No.
Right.
No, we ain't call him the Godfather. We just Kool Herc. We call Kool Herc, and can I tell you something? That was enough. Because once you said Kool Herc, they know who you were talking about.
So y'all didn't say the father or the Godfather?
No.
Okay. Taking nothing away from anybody else who may be considered a founding father. We just asked, is Mario considered one of the founding fathers of hip-hop? If not, then what is he? What is he considered according to the temple of hip-hop? We asked that you do a lecture about Mario, teach the world about Mario. You know, let us know where he stands. And we ask that you do this now while the people are still alive, because it's the people that is our documentation. We have the people to back up Mario. We have the people to document what Mario did from their memory.
It's just hurting to see all of this crap that they're saying on the internet and on Facebook, and to see a lot of my friends talking, and they say they never mention Mario.
No. Mario played B.Boy music.
You know, Bambaataa was one. You know, Kool Herc was one. Grandmaster Flash was one. But you had other people. You had people over here like Disco King Mario.
God bless his soul. Chuck City Crew.
Chuck City Crew.
And check this out, y'all.
Cool D and Tyrone.
Cool D and Tyrone,
you know,
that's right.
Was y'all breakdancing, y'all crew? Did you have a name for your crew or what? It was just what?
Well, we was with Chuck City.
Chuck City, okay.
Yeah, Mario. You know? Right. And yeah, we was breakdancing, but basically we was like doing the freak.
Anywhere from 1975, that was for me what got me into DJing. 1975, the first DJ I seen in the parks was a guy named Disco King Mario. Rest in peace to him.
Because Mario played a lot in the parks, we don't have paper flyers and stuff like that. We have the people to back up, you know what I'm saying, Mario. So we asked the Temple of Hip Hop, Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc, or whoever to talk about Mario, where Mario stands in hip hop to them. From their perspective, is Mario a founding father of hip hop? If so, great. If not, then please explain why and what is he to you? You know what I'm saying? Because to many of us, Mario's a founding father of hip hop.
To me, you are one of the four founders of our culture. If it was a Mount Morris or what they call it, Mount Rich Morris or whatever the fuck they want to call it, you're supposed to stand there with your gangster hat on.
The amendment must be made ASAP, now that he's included as a founding father of hip-hop. Not taking nothing away from Bam Herc and Flash, but if you did them as the founding fathers, Disco King Mario faced the voice smack dead in there with Kool DJ.
Yes, y'all, they try to take it and say that I'm too small. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet.